Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to the Brent Usry Show. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the divided states of America and to the banana republic for which it stands, one nation under God, completely divided with tyranny and harassment for all. Welcome to 2022 Joe Biden's administration. Now, I'd like to draw a comparison, if you will. Back to February 28th, 1993, the president was Bill Clinton, and the location was Waco, Texas, where they did a raid on the Branch Davidians. And the rumor was, well, they're a bunch of pedophiles. They're molesting children. And really all they were doing was practicing target hunting in the desert. So the Branch Davidian raid was held for a couple of months. It started on February 28th, 1993, and it ended on April 19th, 1993. And during this period of time, these people were under siege. And then the rumor was that they lit the building on fire and killed themselves. But anyone who saw those videos could tell the tanks were burning the place down. So we had a banana republic under Bill Clinton, and they're basically doing the same thing they're doing right now. We have 87,000 new agents being hired. $700 billion has been slotted to hire 87,000 new IRS agents. $700 billion. Why do they need 87,000 new IRS agents? It certainly isn't going to be because they want to go and investigate Hillary Clinton. It's certainly not to go investigate Hunter Biden, which, by the way, Hunter Biden and Hillary Clinton, when did the FBI raid their house? I don't think they ever did. Now, Congressman Scott Perry, sitting congressman, the day after the raid on Trump's house, was taken aside at the airport, and they seized his telephone. They had a warrant for his cell phone. So now we've had Trump's house raided, and we've had Senator Scott Perry had his cell phone taken away. They didn't call his lawyer and say, hey, we need the cell phone. They just ran up to him on vacation with his family at the airport and seized his telephone. Remember when they needed the Blackberries for Hillary Clinton? They called up, said, we need all your Blackberries. They said, oh yeah, we'll be glad to bring them down. Then they completely deleted everything that was on them and smashed them with hammers and gave them to the FBI. And the FBI said, thanks, that's all we asked for. So how is it that Hillary Clinton gets to smash her telephone and delete everything in it when she drops it off at the FBI, but Scott Perry needs to be taken aside with his family at the airport and they take it? We obviously have a one-sided justice system. Now, Merrick Garland is very out of hand, and for those of you who don't know, he is the Attorney General now. And if you wonder why that name sounds familiar, it's because Obama tried to appoint him to the Supreme Court. And thank goodness that McConnell stalled that until Trump was able to put in a conservative in its place. So, if Merrick Garland is this bad as an attorney general and this cruel and this over the top, can you just imagine if he was on the Supreme Court? Thank goodness we don't have that situation going on. So every day something is going on, and it doesn't feel like America anymore. And so exactly where has America gone, and are we going to get it back? Now, I don't know if voting helps. I don't know if the elections help, because it certainly didn't seem to help last time, and we all know what we believe happened there. However, so I'm not saying we shouldn't vote. I do believe that they are trying to discourage us from voting. I believe the 87,000 new IRS agents are to make people have fear that I don't think they're going to find anything on Trump or Scott Perry. I think this is all intimidation tactics. It is a sign for us to be aware of what is about to happen to us if we step out of line in their banana republic. Weak men bring on hard times. And Joe Biden is definitely a weak man. He doesn't know how to talk. He can't put on his own jacket. He falls downstairs. He is a puppet that has been put in position. And the only way he can gain respect is by throwing these tyranny tactics. Everyone's laughing at the guy. And instead of just working on acting like a normal person and, not being forgetful, taking some memory vitamins, he comes up with all these intimidation tactics and uses the FBI so that he can gain some respect. Well, Mr. Biden, nobody's going to respect you, and what you're doing does not bring on any respect. So what does this have to do with the rest of us? Well, I've noticed that I am getting an unrelentless quantity of donation. Republicans demanding we need to do something about it. Trump's house was raided. We need to do something about it. Send me money. Emails. Well, you're already in Congress. You're already in the Senate. Why don't you do something about it right now? Why do I need to send you money in order for you to be able to do something about what happened 3 days ago? It always turns into emails for send us more money. So all I can tell you is, yeah, you need to do something with the money, but I wouldn't send it off to a Republican congressman because you think that giving your money to these guys is going to fix anything. What I would do immediately is go out and buy some storage food and get yourself a water filter and buy yourself a gun while you still can buy guns in America. Now, I'm thinking Joe Biden is probably the best gun salesman that ever had since Obama, and your local gun store is probably out of guns. However, you should at least try and go out and try to find a gun. Buy yourself a gun, buy yourself some ammunition, buy yourself some storage food. If you can't find a company that you want to buy storage food, go buy yourself a 50-pound bag of pinto beans and put it in a Mylar bag that you get off of Amazon and put it into Home Depot buckets. Have food stored. Because when the grocery stores go empty, people are going to go crazy and start freaking out, and it's going to be mass chaos, and that's when you need the gun. A lot of people have been getting emails from people, especially since yesterday. Oh, I don't know. I'm afraid of guns. Well, you drive a car every day. More people die in cars than die with guns. So don't be afraid of a gun. There's no gun that has ever killed anybody. Every gun that's ever killed anybody was in the hands of somebody. So if you're not going to kill somebody, then don't worry. Your gun's not going to kill anybody. But when somebody comes in your door to take what you have, to take your storage food, you might want that gun, because that food is for you and your family. So get yourself some food. Get yourself a gun. Get yourself a lot of ammunition, and get yourself a good water filter. Because when the water starts coming out of the pipes, you're going to, when you flush the last flush and there's nothing left, you're going to at least need something to drink. And it may rain and you have a puddle in the backyard, and you can scoop that puddle up and put it in a bucket And as long as you have a filter, you have drinking water. But if you think forevermore I'll be able to go to Costco and buy myself my 45 packs of water for $5.95, there's going to come a period of time when that will no longer be available and you're going to need water. So get yourself, I'd go buy a bunch of gallons right now. All I know is when they Y2K came around the beginning of the year, I listened to what everybody said, and I had 56 gallons of water in my house. And all my friends were laughing at me when nothing happened. But you know what? I didn't have to buy water till June. And I had 56 gallons of water. There is no penalty for being prepared. The only penalty is running out of water, running out of food, and not having a gun when you need it. The penalty that happens when you're not prepared is extreme. The penalty that happens when you are prepared and nothing goes down is nothing. Be prepared. This has been the Brent Usry Show. Thank you for tuning in. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. And if you like this video, click the thumbs up button because it helps with the YouTube algorithm. Have a great day, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you tomorrow.